Bonjour and welcome to Seedcast. We are live here on Tuesday, the 2nd of March. It is Anthony and I'm joined by, as always, not forever, but as always, the wonderful John Fuggles. John, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you back. You know, that music, I want to start with a bit of Prince, Dearly Beloved, We Are Gathered Here and all that. It is a bit churchy, but you're back. Welcome. How are you?
I'm back. And you know what? I feel more back now than what I did. I'm well. I mean, for the people that don't watch the stuff during the day, the other stuff that we do, the daily baits and things, welcome to Seedcast. 7 o'clock every Tuesday, John and I get involved. This is live. We are here in the capacity of, this is actually us. It is the 2 minutes past 7. I just sat here and watched John eat his dinner, and I have just eaten mine. And we're live, guys.
What did you have? Because you and I had a conversation the other day about the fact that you're a reborn man and you're going to be healthier and less.
I'm a new woman. Yeah. I had a wrap with salad and a piece of chicken.
That's a start.
It's a start. You know what? My kids cooked it for us because we've been out working. But let's go back for this Seedcast live. We do this Seedcast between John and I. We do this. We are good friends. We are business. We do business stuff together, but we have a very, John's a London-based, much older person, and we come from two different worlds. And those two different worlds get to the point where we're sat here having a chat to you guys about different subjects. We have decided that this works best as a 30-minute program, around about 30 minutes. So what we usually do is come up with subjects. Those subjects can be commented on in the evening. You can, we have debates about this afterwards. It is usually on the day, one of us going, you know what we should talk about today? Let's talk about this. I think we, John, as the esteemed gentleman that is in front of me today, has done nothing but support me for the last couple of weeks while I've been ill, quite seriously ill with COVID. I can tell you now that it is everything that is cracked up to be. And you should be afraid. It obviously doesn't affect everybody. It affected me. I was a big lad. I'm now not so big. Hopefully I will not be as big moving forwards, which I won't be, I can tell you, because I don't want to go back down that road. But
the listeners want to know, does that mean you'll be getting a new football kit?
So I have, I sponsor a football team, Goring Cricket Club, local football team. I play for them as well in goal. I am a 45-year-old goalie that plays in a 20-year-old league. I might be fat and I might be big, but I'm quite agile, and I absolutely really love it. Really do enjoy it. We've got a great team. We've got a great manager. I sponsor it with one of my businesses. And to be honest, it is something that I do really enjoy. I do really like the competitive aspect of it. There'll be people watching this that I play football with. I play for a vets team as well, Angmering Vets, which is a bit of a higher league, which is great. I do enjoy that. We are back playing at the end of this month, which is fantastic. And I enjoy it. And I've got 35 pairs of goalie gloves and 7 different outfits.
Wow, 35. There is no comeback after that. So, but you mentioned going back and playing sport, which is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I went for a walk today. I did a walk and talk with a business associate, and it was just nice just to see the sky without looking through a piece of glass window and walk around and feel the sort of wind on your face and all that kind of stuff. By crikey, do we need to stop doing this lockdown stuff? And we have a way out of it. That's great. But can we not talk about that stuff? Can we talk about something positive?
You know what's interesting about this? And when you sent me the questions that the subjects that we should touch on this today, instantly I was like, you know what, that actually makes sense. But we didn't talk about it until 2 seconds we jumped on here. So just by saying, is too much stuff given away for free?
Yeah.
Is that medication? Is that money from the government? Is it Medicaid? Is it or Medicare, whatever the healthcare, whatever you want to call it here? Is it content? Because we live in you and I, John, live in a content-rich world. We're all on Clubhouse. We all do all this other stuff. We provide content for free. I know that you have just done an audit on all the stuff that you do and you give out and so on and so forth. And the return of it is very different to what it should be. I do a lot of content that this, for instance, is free content. You know, this might not have value to everybody, but it is us, you and me, spending our own time, you know, outside our working hours, putting the content. Are we live, by the way? On
we are. I'm just doing it. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
Sorry. I saw your phone then for a second, and so we are live across the different platforms, guys. And as we're live across these platforms, we do like people to comment. Not every comment comes on the Restream, the platform that we use, but please feel free to, if you're on LinkedIn, jump on it, add a quote, add something you want us to talk about. But yeah, we look at it. Is too much stuff given away? Well, as we went into lockdown, content creators, and let's not call them entrepreneurs. If you use the word entrepreneur, I'm switching it off. Content creators, because let me tell you this, chaps. If you're watching this, you've created some content or you've posted a picture of yourself on Instagram and you put entrepreneur in the list. Trust me, you are not an entrepreneur. Yeah, I hate to be the person to point out
I used to go to networking events. If anyone said I'm an entrepreneur, I'd walk the other way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I like talking to them because I'm interested to see what they've built and how they've grown it. But you know, let's not fully rag on the people that can create content and can get it out, because not everybody can. My wife, for instance, is beautiful. She's exceptional at what she does. You put a camera in front of her.
What she does is put up with you. She's exceptional at that. Is that what you're trying to say? But no, I mean,
I'm exceptional, John. You're 100% right. I'm exceptional, but I'm not exceptional all of the time.
Let's not slag off entrepreneurs. I agree. Look, there are some brilliant ideas people out there, some brilliant business people, leaders. There are some brilliant people who take an idea and make something quite fantastic out of it. And they are true entrepreneurs. But the number of people who go, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you're not. You know, let's be honest. Yeah. No, you're not. So, you know, so I don't want to knock entrepreneurs. I want to knock people. Well, I don't want to knock anyone. But, you know, if you're an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. If you're not, say you're not. You know, I'd rather be honest. But going back to your question about free, what's for free? Yeah, we do give stuff away for free, and too much of it. Now, I'm not saying we should stop. You know, people, there's a kind of try before you buy mentality in business, and absolutely that makes sense. So, in the world of consulting, you know, I see Alexandra's just joined us on Clubhouse. She does some absolutely brilliant stuff on social media and explains to people.
Alexandra Wood.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be getting her emails from her. So if you want to just give her a quick plug really quickly on where we can go and get the information, because I'll be reading those emails, and you can probably tell I'm already more stylish.
Well, clearly she's saved a few money on the amount of material she's going to need for you now. So no, Alexandra Wood.
You're wearing her a denim shirt, you know that.
Alexandra Wood Bespoke is a lovely Savile Row tailor. She's the first lady of Savile Row, which is lovely. And you know, she's putting good content out there. She's explaining to people how to organize your wardrobe and do colors and all that kind of stuff.
We call that.
But the reality is, what I'm saying is, you don't need to be a consultant to do stuff for free. But the problem is, there are so many people out there who are just giving away stuff for free. That's just the reason it's free is it has no value. And I don't mean that in terms of, you know, what the future opportunity is. There's just so much dross out there. You know, everyone's got onto this. You've got to give something away for free. Well, instead of giving something useful and valuable away for free, they just end up giving dross away for free. And it's becoming now a minefield. And as you say, hey, would you like a copy of this? People go, no, not really. So the people doing good stuff are now getting dragged down by all the people doing all the dross out there, which is, there's too much of it going on. So you know, unless you've got something really good that is useful and helpful, please stop doing it, please.
Okay, so how do you value? You know what? I'm reading a really good book right now, and which is quite interesting, which I will shamelessly plug on this platform. It's called "You Are a Badass."
Oh, okay.
Jen Sincero. And you know what? I think that as much as we've just said to people, stop putting out crap that's out there that's not everybody wants something for what they're putting out. You know, we've recently had conversations about all the things that we do, and does it have value for us because we have bills, we have so on and so forth. You know, I think that lady talks about her challenges that she had and what she was trying to write. We're both writing books, yourself and I, John. That's why I found that conversation you had the other day was very
with John.
Yeah. AJ, I did actually get you. I think you called me as well. Thanks for the message. Yes, I've got some KYC roles. We'll talk about them later. But I think what was interesting is that lady there, she's written a book about, write 500 lines a day. This is something you talked about. Go out and be a bit of a badass for yourself. But don't do it because you think that other people want you to do it. Do it because you actually feel that this is actually going to benefit you as a human being.
And John Newlin, he said exactly that. He said, he talked about the process of writing a book, and then I asked him the question, so what happens when you publish it? He said, well, people stop asking you about it.
Yeah. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. So, but it is. I'm not talking about people who want to produce blogs, produce articles. I'm talking about those who are, doing the big sell and the I'm this and I'm that, and I can help you with this, and really promoting themselves. And the reality is that the quality of what they're offering, and I'm not criticizing their English language grammar, I'm just saying about the tangible quality of.
You do about mine. You do. You challenge my grammar all day long, Jonathan.
I do. Yeah, but you can argue you're not a Brit, so that's okay.
Because is and ISIS shouldn't be in the same conversation.
So, but the reality, it's not the fact that people give away stuff. It's the fact they're trying to make it sound really cool and much more important and much more useful than it really is. If you want to send me some information and you think I might find it useful, I'm cool with that. But if you're going to spend the next 10 minutes doing the big up and want, this, that, and the other piece of information before you send something, that when I download it, I'm going to go, really? I just spent 2 minutes filling in an email form for that. That's the problem. There are so many people giving away so much that it has no value or little value. It's not the idea. It's not the idea of try before you buy. It's the fact that there are people just doing it badly, and that's like anything in life. Anyone doing things badly, it affects all of us.
I saw a great post on someone's Instagram page today. A multi-millionaire ex-hedge fund, somebody I know very well. And he wrote, and it had a picture of a guy holding a sign, and it had, "You don't need a podcast." And you know me, I love doing this stuff. I have been looking at a podcast, writing some subjects for it and putting it out there. And I'm just thinking to myself, if I do an hour podcast a week, is that going to really make any difference to the stuff that I do? Well, I might get 10,000 people really listen to it, but really, do people want to hear it?
But to go back to what John Newlin was saying 2 weeks ago, if you enjoy doing it and you do it for you, it's a cathartic process, or whatever. What's the problem? The problem comes when you try and sort of do the big sell afterwards.
Yeah, and you're right, and it's like, you know what? Why, I've looked at this today. I get between 20 and 35,000 listens, views, whatever you want to call it, unique a week. I get over 100,000 a month. What if I went? And this brings me back to this. Is going to bring me back to the Clubhouse thing, but. I do 100,000 people really care what I think and what I want to do. Most of the stuff that I do is pointing people in the way that I put some jobs online today. I got 280 people. I had 3,500 people look at the post within 2 hours, and I got 280 applications for the job. But my job is that.
People go on social media sites to watch, I don't know, someone stand on a rake and whack themselves in the head. It makes them feel good for some bizarre reason.
Should we be doing that sort of stuff, John? Should I pour this water over my head right now?
No.
Should that happen?
No. But what I'm saying is, it appeals to people who are just looking for a bit of light relief. It's a casual conversation. I'm not for 1 minute saying you're anywhere near as funny as a man standing on a rake and hitting himself in the head. Absolutely.
I've got to ask one question, John. Have you got cowboy boots on?
No.
And a big belt buckle?
No.
Okay, cool. Sorry, yeah, carry on.
Okay.
Okay, so
I see.
I like the way Alexandra is watching this, and you're sat there in a denim shirt, but that's cool. So anyway, is too much stuff given away for free? Yes, too much stuff given away for free. Guys, value your content, put it on something. even if you want to go, right, it should be £1,000, but I'm selling it for £12.99. Put some value to it. Put some value to the stuff that you're doing. You might get less people looking at it. You know, I was on this thing the other day, and there was people talking about AJ. Thanks, mate. I got AJ. So has commented on here. He's commented on LinkedIn. He sent me his CV through LinkedIn. He's emailed me his CV, and he's texted me and called me, mate. You're definitely getting a call back tomorrow morning. I love it. I love it. Good to see. So. You know, I see people that are going, oh, my podcast has had 160,000 downloads. And I'm like, that's great. But what did it do other than...
yeah, you see that all the time. You know, I can get you more likes. Great. You know, you know, a like doesn't pay the gas bill. It really doesn't. You know, there was somebody promoting themselves on social media recently. They were saying, you know, we'll get you more business. And then there was people saying, I got 50,000 more likes as a result of doing this. And I'm trying to go, you said you get more business. They got more likes. I don't understand the two. There is a you know, the more people like you, the more chance there is someone to buy you. But it's very thin.
You know what? I really liked the Grant Cardone. You need haters. The more haters you got, the more money you're going to make.
But to be fair, he's got a lot of haters.
He's got a lot of haters, and you know, I've got haters. People, I have people send me horrible messages all the time, but they watch me, listen to my content more than any of the other bloody people. There are people watching this right now that don't like me, and you know what? I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the stuff that we do in it. You know, you're not making a difference to my life. You know, if you want to be offensive to me, feel free. You know, I understand that you might have issues with your personal issues, whatever. But you know what? Thank you, because the more likers you have, the more dislikes you're going to have.
I agree. I'm not saying you've got to go out and be controversial or upset people, but if you have an opinion, if you stand up for some beliefs, you're bound to alienate people. You know, it's just simple principles. You know, thanks to you, I probably alienated poor Alexandra now for wearing a denim shirt on a live broadcast.
Right. You've got yourself to blame for that, Sonny Jim, not me. You can't blame me for that. But that's amazing. But you know what's funny?
I mean, it's the quality of the content. There's just too much dross. So if you are giving away stuff and it is not that good, up your game, boys, girls. You know, come on.
So today I had a meeting with somebody, a business meeting. My wife and I at lunchtime, and I had a jumper on all morning, and we were sat in my house, in the front of my lounge. It's like a sun trap there, and I took my jumper off. Well, this morning I brushed my teeth in the t-shirt that I'm wearing, and we had an hour meeting. Anyway, I said goodbye to her. As I closed the door, I looked at myself in the mirror, and it wasn't just a little piece of stuff dribbled from my mouth. My whole top looked like I just dribbled on myself.
Are you saying that Pelican bib I bought you for Christmas you're not using?
Well, I can't wear it all the time, John. I can't wear it all the time, but it'll probably fit me better now. So is too much stuff getting away for free? Yes, it's getting given away for free too much, guys. If you value your content and to make a change. Point 2, have too many zombie companies. John, would you like to explain?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of failures, right? We can all think of big chain restaurants that have gone. We can certainly all think of big chain retailers that have gone. And the government has done the right thing by trying to keep people sat at home, earning an income, stuffing money down the back of every, as I said last week, stuffing money down the back of every sofa for every business in the country. The problem is you've got now companies that are zombie companies, i.e., they are surviving on the handouts, which is fine. We want them to survive. We all, whether you own a company or work in a company, it's nice to know that there's a job still for you in a month or 6 months' time. The reality is some of those companies are surviving on what they've been given and will come out of lockdown and they'll reopen their shops or switch back on the lathes or whatever machinery they've got. But they're not ever going to be able to pay back the money. They're not ever going to be able to sort of become significantly profitable. And I'm not getting into the B word and our friends across the English channel. But the reality is some of those companies are going to go to the wall, and they're only surviving because we've given them lots of money. So the problem with zombie companies is, if you're working for a zombie company, we're going to find out sooner or later, and there's going to be unpaid bills, and there's going to be more people losing their jobs. So that's the problem I have. There should be some qualification criteria for giving people money, but I'm not sure it's practical to have done that.
You know what? I don't want to go on about it, but Brexit, for instance, I have a distribution company where I import windsurfing equipment and sell it to shops. It is called 77 Sports. It's been successfully going for a few years. I have equipment that I've ordered in October that still has not been delivered. In fact, I just filled out another form.
Why can't you just sail across and get it? I mean, it's windsurfing.
Yeah, well, you can do that, right? You can do that, and I should have done that. But you know, no one knows what's going on. There are millions, probably billions of product items that are owned by people that money has transferred, you know, that are sat them there. I know for a fact that a whole load of paddleboards was on a boat, got to Dover, didn't have access to be able to deliver those products, went to Germany, then ended up going back to Asia.
Yeah, but that's non-perishable goods, right? Now think about all the perishable or semi-perishable goods and the impact that. But you're old enough to remember, you know, before the European Union existed, right? So you know.
You remember Margaret Thatcher? I don't. But anyway,
I remember pre-decimalisation. Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
Very, very young. No, but before the European Union existed, we had trade deals and paperwork. In fact, it was more complicated then because we didn't have all the tech that we have today. So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that we left. I'm not saying it's a good thing that we left. I'm just saying, you know, it's a fact of life. If you trade with Portugal or whether you trade with Peru, you still need the paperwork, right? Well, you just had it easy for a while, and now it's back to normal.
And I think you're right. And I think that, you know, if we look back at our parents, and, you know, my mum is an avid watcher of this. So hi, mum, love you. And my dad is probably sat next to her trying to tell her to shut up so he can watch TV. But, you know, these guys have had businesses. My dad's had a recruitment company. Parents have had recruitment companies. They've been successful. They've been unsuccessful. You know, I think if we look at this stuff, are there too many zombie companies out there? Yes, you're right. There are. For us and for the people that watch, you know, we get 2,000 views of our Seacast every week. Is it something that people should concern themselves with, or should people just go on and live their lives, John? Should they just go, you know what, I'm gonna truck on?
Well, it's like a run on the bank. Yeah, you know, we all know that the banks never have enough money to pay everyone back if they all drew the money out. That's why you have these underwriting schemes by the government and the banking sector and all that kind of stuff. It's the same. If you think a company's a bit shaky, so you don't go there, well, no one else will go there. And if no one else will go there, guess what? It is a bit shaky because no one's going there. So I'm not saying before you go shopping, do your due diligence and find out if Tesco's are still going to be here tomorrow, because obviously they will. But I'm more worried about the employees. You know, they're going to think, oh, good, we're going back to work. They'll come out of all this and things are going to be fine. And then they're going to be told, sorry, it's been 6 months. We tried. And you're going to go, hang on a minute. I had a year of, you know, lockdown, not lockdown, back to work, not back to work. And then you said, great, it's all good. And now you're saying it's not working. Like, which revolving door am I now hurtling through again?
And you know what's interesting about that, John, really quickly, is it's not just those people, it's customers as well, because lots of people have sold a lot of vouchers through this period of time to keep the money running in. Well, how do you service that? You can't. So the consumer's going to lose out as well.
There was a fantastic article years and years ago. Air New Zealand were giving away air miles, and somebody worked out if everyone turned up and said they're going to cash in their air miles, Air New Zealand would go bust. Because the sheer number of people that that had air miles. Because if you live in New Zealand, you have to get on a plane if you want to go anywhere outside the country. You know, and there's only a few airlines go there. So they were just hoping that not everyone turned up on Monday saying, "Can I go to wherever?" But yeah, you're right. It's the same thing. You know, far too many vouchers. But if it's help people survive, great. My concern is what happens when everyone decides enough, and it's the people again that will lose their jobs. You know, that's the shame, that people who've been through all this will think they've left the stormy seas behind, they've arrived in calm waters, and guess what? Somebody turns the boat upside down.
Well, goddamn hope that doesn't happen, because I'm ready for summer. I'm ready ready for some action. And for Christ's sake, I need to go and play football and golf.
Well, first of all, you can't go anywhere on holiday for a while. and you know, no holidays.
When am I going to go on holiday? Jesus. I mean, you know, my wife is a beauty therapist. She hasn't earned a penny for a year. You know,
are you not a work in progress?
What that?
No, you.
Yeah, me. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. That has one job, to make sure I do my bloody job. We've had that conversation. You think I'm joking? We're not joking. You know, we've all salary sacrificed.
Yeah.
We're all, you know, I work 12 to 14 hours, 5-6 days a week. I took less money, so our business survives. I love working for our company. You know, we're not, you know, I'm a capitalist, but I'm a realist in this environment. You know, I'd love to be able to go, right, me to take my how much do you reckon it costs for me to take my family to Disneyland for 2 weeks?
$5,000.
15.
15?
Yeah. Last time we went, it cost us 15 grand. And that's not staying in a, you know, I've got 2 adult children, you know, it's 17. My daughter's 17 in a month.
No, I mean, but the reality is, you know, but then, so we go back to,
and she's never been kissed.
So we go back to all these zombie companies. You know, look, if people can't go on holiday, do you stay and book an Airbnb? There are, you know, other services are available, or you know, or do you get on a plane when you can? I had a 3-hour meeting today with a chap I know called James, talking about the hospitality sector and a big project we're doing in that space. 3 hours of just planning, you know, while walking around Richmond Park. Really, really detailed, a lot to do. The hospitality sector, you know, has been through the ringer, and it's not going to get better anytime soon because we don't have the money to reinflate it, right? And yes, there's going to be people want to go on holiday, but nowhere near as many, and they're going to have a lot of capacity, and they're going to be carrying all the debts. You know, this is going to be the longest hangover ever, right? And it's not like we went drinking either.
Yeah. Alexandra has confirmed your attire as acceptable. I think she's just being nice, to be honest.
No, she just knows that I'm a leader of trends, not a follower.
Yeah, a leader. Fantastic. Well, okay, so we've looked at zombie companies. Yes, zombie companies are out there. It's going to be a nightmare. What does this all mean for 2021? We're talking now about what's happened in 2021. The last subject that we can talk about this evening. You know, 2021 is going to be different for everybody. Last year, everybody went paddleboarding, bought a paddleboard, and if you want to buy a paddleboard, 77sports.co.uk. Please contact me. You know, if you, I think that we're lucky, John. My family and I live on the beach. In front of my house is a beautiful sea, a beautiful beach. It's where people go to holiday, and I can sit on my balcony and look at it. I am uniquely in a situation where this is beautiful. There are lots of people that are not in this environment. We were going to go. We do a lot of motorbike riding. My dad and I've got a Ducati 1198S. Absolutely love it. It is, you know, my kid said to me, "What's love?" And I said, "Son, my Ducati. That's love." You know, we would go out on a Sunday. We would go to Box Hill, Berry Hill. We go hang around. We have coffee at 12 different places, and we just hang out. Well, there are people doing that this weekend. The bikes on the road on Sunday there was thousands of bikes at Box Hill, thousands of bikes at Berry Hill. You know, they're not taking this situation seriously to that point.
The reality is, right, you know, you have to have a set of rules so that people have got less chance of bumping into other people. That's all it is. It's a mathematical thing, and it's all to do with the National Health Service not being overrun. You know, if the National Health Service is overrun, you know, then, you know, and you and I had a conversation about this the other day. You know, there are 4 stages, right? You know, when you go in, and if you go to stage 4, well, actually, that's the door at the back. You know, so there's 3 types of beds. There are a limited number of bed category 3. So when people are in bed 2, they either go straight to 3 or straight to 4. So the reality is, if you can stop people spending too much time talking to each other, bumping into each other, you'll reduce the likelihood of it getting out of control. It's just simple maths, right? And you can't create a set of rules that are absolutely, you know, watertight and have everyone stick to them. You create a set of rules and you hope as many people as possible stick to them because that's good enough, right? People on a bike, well, if they sneeze over someone, they won't be able to see where they're going anyway, right? So it's fine. So it's a set of rules just to manage the situation and manage the numbers. I'll ignore you while you're doing that. The reality is, we're gonna have to get back to something normal. I think there will be certain places will insist, that you continue to wear a mask afterwards. After all this, I think there are certain places like that.
But John, I just want to say one thing: golf courses, for crap's sake, you can walk your bloody dog with your mate on a golf course, but you can't hit a golf ball. I mean,
on Sunday. I went for a walk on a golf course on 2 18-hole golf courses on the same area. We went for a walk. There's a face of me with my walking buddy on my Facebook profile.
They call that dogging, don't they?
No.
Oh, okay. That's something you do in a car.
That's something you do that does involve dogs. We went for a walk. We had 1+1. But you're absolutely right. He plays golf, so we walked around the golf course, and he was trying to work out which club he'd use where and all that kind of stuff. But not a golf club in sight. As soon as he'd taken a golf club out of his back pocket, we'd have been arrested, kind of thing. So it is a bit strange. But I guess it's just one of those. Well, if we say you can play golf, can you play croquet? Well, if you play croquet, can you play tennis? And how can you say only singles unless your doubles partner lives in your household bubble? And it just gets complicated. So they go, you know what? No outdoors.
Yes, let's play golf. I mean, I can go windsurfing. I can go paddleboarding.
No, well, you shouldn't be able to. No outdoor sport.
No, you can go windsurfing and paddleboarding.
Oh, okay.
You can travel to go somewhere to go exercise.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. So we got to the point. Anyway, guys, it is.
So you can play golf on your own, then, in theory. No,
yeah.
The reality is, it was very pleasant to be able to walk around what is a very nice part of the country and not have some bloke trying to take my head off with a ball about this big. So it's great. I enjoyed it. Sorry.
Fantastic, marvelous. Well, it is 7:33. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of March. We use Seedcast here for this, guys. So the platform that we use for coming to you live is called Seedcast. I have noticed a button. I have been lingering across that button for the last 20 minutes going, I wonder what happened if I press it. It says beta on it. We love a beta. It says click advanced software like OBS, Zoom, etc. So I press it.
Go on then.
RTP source isn't compatible with events at the moment. Oh my god, all of that, and it said to come back and tell it. But anyway, we are Seedcast and we're live. My name is Anthony Baker. I am joined obviously every week by John Fuggles. We also do a slot on Monday morning, which is my daily bake at 9 o'clock. We are here live every Tuesday, like I said, and we talk about the subjects like we've talked about today. It is my first time back in a couple of weeks. John has been sitting in the command seat. Thank you very much, John. It is always a pleasure. We try to keep this around about half an hour, just because otherwise we end up just sitting on here waffling on about, you and your stand up, dude. Just show me what trousers you're wearing with that top.
What?
Now the people want to know.
You can't even see. Look, just an ordinary pair of trousers. There you go.
Oh, hello. Hang on. Was that a denim top with cord? Are they corduroys or is that just slacks?
No, they're just an ordinary pair of trousers.
Fantastic.
They're not cord.
Marvelous,
and no cowboy boots either. All right.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to AJ, Alexandra, and all the other people that have commented and comment and make this a realization. We would do this chapter if it was just John and I talking, which a lot of the time it is. But we do love you guys coming on and having a chat to us. So we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Seedcast. We will make sure that we make it fun and light. John, go.
Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Perfect.